He's tall, well-built, dressed immaculately in a football outfit.
He's done it! He's done it!
He acts out a complete football match, yelling out rules and scores. In reality, he's totally alone. I wonder if our son will grow up to be the same. Tall, handsome, but outside ordinary life. Unable to communicate, unable to function independently. It's hard to remember how the dream turned into a nightmare. But the first sign that there was something seriously wrong was when the seizures started. William collapsed one day on the kitchen floor. He was 8 months old. Then, when he was about 3, he was diagnosed as autistic. I had barely heard of this condition, but soon learned that it was a severe communication disorder of unknown neurological origin. The classic features were a withdrawal from the world, obsessive behaviour, and an inability to relate to others. But it was not until I was handed a brochure on moderately disabled children that the full shock of our predicament hit me. Moderate had always implied being somewhere in the middle to me.
Where's Grover? In the puzzle?
In the puzzle.
In fact, my little boy had been classified as having an IQ in the 50s.
That's right.
Mom says, what's today? There's Friday. There's Friday.
What's today?
There's Friday.
No.
There's Wednesday.
No.
There's Tuesday.
That's right.
There's Tuesday.
No, not Tuesday.
Thursday.
Thursday. That's right. Show me on the calendar. Good boy.
I couldn't accept the verdict that William was so intellectually handicapped. I began to search for alternatives, for remedies, for salvation.
What do you do after the bath? Can I have that shirt?
My aim was to bring my child to some semblance of normality.
You do it. Okay, hop up.
William's early education began in a special school for autistic children. But after seeing some integrated programs overseas, my husband Randall and I decided to enroll him in a regular school. Just an ordinary school with ordinary kids. We felt that he had to be with other normal children because he could learn best from them, by imitating their behaviour and play. It was hard to find one that would take him. Expert opinion was that he wouldn't cope and was too difficult to manage. Finally, Athelstane Primary School accepted him, on a trial basis. It was the best thing that happened to us that year.
When William first came into the unit on an integrated basis, on a part-time basis, it was a bit contentious because it was felt that the level of assistance that he would require would be greater than what he would receive in the class. Previously, he'd been in a school where the maximum number in the class was 4, and he was coming to a unit where the maximum number in the class was 9.
William has now been accepted as a full-time permanent student at Athelstane. The school suits him well. The children are friendly and accepting.
Come on, go follow the parachute, William. William, go follow the parachute. Where's your name, William?
Was that a good answer?
It's a tray. Good boy. Pull that out. Up here.
Okay, whose turn?
All right, we want your days. Your days. Where are your days? Ah, good boy. Here it is. All right, take that over to your desk.
Okay, so now question.
Our main focus is to get them to live independently in the community, to move about in the community, to be able to look after themselves as best they are able, which may mean preparing a meal or cleaning their house.
Yellow. All right, Ahmed. That means you've got to get all of the orange ones, all the orange ones here. So you do that quickly and show William what to do. All of them. Look, William, look at Ahmed.
Look at Mama.
Good. There's no vote. Whose turn? Your turn. Michael.
Is there another orange one there?
I think he's made many great improvements. For example, I had a lot of trouble trying to get him to pick a pencil up and make a mark on a page, and now he's writing his name and he's tracing stencils.
It's the birthday party. That's right. That's right. All boo.
You now have to go for
Yep. Excellent. Good. It's the cake. One of those ones.
All right, I have 2 teams.
What about they've got to sit on it and burst it?
I think generally school should be a very satisfying place for all children, but particularly for these students that may not enter the workforce, may not contribute to the gross national product of the country, but yet they contribute to the aesthetic gross national product, if you like, or they contribute to the spiritual life of our country.
I'll go over here and try and just stay focused as you. I'd say close your eyes, but of course you can't read the script, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
He steadily refused a
While
position.
William is at school, I escape from the world of disability.
My family and his colleagues.
So yesterday, after lunch, I made
In the
her
6
come
hours
to
that
my
I have
room.
free, I work in the theatre.
She was very light and evasive, but at last her face gave way and melted.
He told me he had diagnosed his own case and that he would never submit to surgery.
It seems that since Thanksgiving,
I work around William, snatching fragments of time whenever and wherever possible. I work anywhere. In the car, at bus stops, at the beach, in doctor's surgeries, in parks. Being with William has always been demanding, but he repays us in a special way. He has an exuberance and love of life which affects everyone who meets him.
Okay, William, let's go.
In my quest to bring my son into the mainstream, I've done what many other parents do.
What does this one go on?
I've enrolled him in a host of activities which take up a lot of his after-school time.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's get a top. Which top will go on that bottle? Okay.
The difference is that I'm playing for higher stakes. This extra tuition is not just a frill.
Yes.
William needs to be taught the basic skills of communication and socialisation to survive in the everyday world.
Okay, now you're going to stand on these. You don't throw them around, they're mine. Goodness me. I don't throw your things around, William. This one is 5.
Some people believe William
This
is
one
pretty
is?
much unteachable.
Good boy.
Others, like Ross Anderson, his after-school
Good boy.
tutor,
Do you like
have more
that?
confidence in his capabilities.
Oh! Yeah? No, you're not going to pour it over the ground. You keep it. I was pretty impressed when I first saw William, and the area that I was most impressed with was his language ability. Okay, I'm a boy. You're a? Are you a boy?
I'm a girl.
No! You say, I'm a boy.
I'm a boy.
For an autistic child, he has an enormous vocabulary and understanding. He's got a sense of humour which is quite sophisticated. This is a cockroach. Eee, yuck! Yuck. Is it a cockroach? No, it's not dog's poo. Cockroach.
Cockroach.
Yeah, good boy. I'm bloody minded. I want these children to be pushed on. I fight them. I grapple with them. You can write your name, can't you? You're pretty clever. They're not going to try new things unless you push them on to try new things. Some people say it's very cruel to put an autistic child in the water if they're scared of the water. But unless you put that child in the water and get them over that hurdle, they're not going to expand their life at all. Okay, change. Change. Good.
It's hard for me not to view every game, every bit of enjoyment as some kind of lesson. Sometimes I forget that William, like any child, has to be able to play without pressure and demands to improve. One night a week we take William to Scouts. The troop is a mixture of children with and without disabilities. William likes the idea of going to Scouts but isn't too keen on doing what they do. He finds new situations stressful and his first reaction is to resist. Opportunities for involvement such as the Scouts are rare. Integration is often a much touted ideal, but in reality disabled people spend much time alone or with each other.
You don't see these boys on the street. You don't see them playing in the parks. They're a lost generation. I don't know if parents are ashamed. I haven't got enough experience to understand all the ins and outs. But if we can get these kids and they realise that, okay, I might have a disability, but by God, I can run with this kid, or I can tie a knot as well as this one, or I can put a tent in as well as this one, I think it brings the disabled children's esteem up so much. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for William. Perhaps he's one of my favourites because I think we can have a lot of fun together and I can see we're giving that kid something. But just to see his face, I think it just makes it all worthwhile.
What did you say?
It's hurting a bit till it comes through. It's poking on your gums. Feels better to rub.
Train?
I wonder what has been achieved today.
We'll have a rest.
Are we actually moving him forward in his development? Or is this huge investment of time and energy a kind of fiction? I don't know the answers to these questions. All I do know is that I must keep trying in the hope that one day William will be able to live with some independence.
What did you say?
Is it hurting? What's happening? Got new teeth coming in. They're all wiggly. Look. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
At the inner end.
Today is Saturday, a happy break for William from the demands of school, private tutors and other unwanted intrusions. He's free to do the things that he likes best. Like an early morning visit to Clovelly Beach with Oliver and his mother Kirsten. Kirsten and I have been friends ever since the two children were toddlers. The relationship has lasted despite the difficulties encountered by both of us. as we gradually realised how differently our sons would develop.
At a time when it became more and more obvious that that was something quite seriously wrong with William, I was surprised that Barbara didn't seem to notice. Well, in a way she noticed. She was extremely worried, but at the same time she didn't seem to want to face reality in a way, really telling herself that it was just a stage, that he would grow out of it, that things would turn out all right, and so on. Oliver's attitude to William was interesting because when he was very, very little, say around 2 years old, and 2.5, 3, he often became very angry with William because William couldn't or wouldn't play, as he put it. By 5, it was pretty clear that it wasn't malice that made William unable to participate in games. He actually couldn't. And then gradually Oliver became more and more, should I say, tolerant of William's behaviour.
Keeping friends is not easy. It takes much effort and thought to maintain the trappings of a so-called normal life. It's much easier to drift into the organisations provided for the disabled, which are a welcoming sanctuary from the outside world. However, I've always fought against this kind of separation, which to me is more like a self-imposed ghetto.
People who are embarrassed by children with disabilities, in my view, have a problem. I don't know exactly what's behind it, but it must be some sort of fear that a disability somehow is contagious, and that type of fear, of course, is totally irrational.
William is learning to put one foot in front of the other on the balancing beam. The jumping, rolling and balancing exercises provide him with unfamiliar but important kinesthetic sensations, which he needs for physical coordination.
Lift your knees up. Hold on tight. Up more. Feet up.
The constant repetition and his huge enjoyment of these activities create an ideal environment for the kind of learning he needs.
Forward roll. Stand up. Hands up. Thumbs up.
Children with disabilities can learn successfully, provided they're motivated and have the opportunity to practice.
Now roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over.
In this little shopping centre, protected by a wall from main road traffic, William is thoroughly at home.
That's good, boy. George? All right. How much would a couple of... say hello to George.
How are you? Do you want some chips, William?
I don't want chips. No.
You want some schnitzel, do you?
Yeah.
He can hurtle through the centre without upsetting too many sensibilities. There may be a few anxious moments, but overall there is room here for a young boy and his disability.
Mickey. Okay, this way. Mickey.
Yes, Nicky's there. Now just leave Nicky alone, please.
Mickey.
How are you?
Mickey.
You're on holiday,
Mickey.
Yes, Nicky's here.
Yes. Mickey.
Not Mickey-ish. Come on, that's enough. Yes.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you want to hold her,
Nadi is William's grandmother, and she and his grandfather Oppie have been central players in William's life.
I don't think we better take
Now Oppie has gone, but for William he's still very much here.
Yes.
Yeah, come and have a look over here. Oh, come and sit down here. Come and sit down here. Where's Sophie? What's the nice Sophie? Where's Sophie now? Where's Sophie? Where is he now? Where is Sophie? He's here, but where is he otherwise? Where is he? He's in the
cemetery.
The cemetery. He's in the cemetery.
My parents were the main support in the early years, when I was totally exhausted by what I thought were the rigours of normal child raising. They rescued me from complete despair. My father used to say to me, "You must work with him, teach him, don't let it go." And I would watch with amazement as he engaged William's sporadic attention with multicoloured building blocks. After lunch, we drive down to the beach for a good go on William's favourite curly slide. William loves to play with other children, and he can climb up a slide the wrong way with the best of them. It's at times like these that I feel most like other parents, and also very different from them. I'm anxious about my son. How will other children react to him?
Listen, come down here for a minute. Come down here. We'll kick the ball a bit and then come back. Come down. Come down.
Mama.
Come down. Oh, you can...
Will the parents of the other children suddenly say, "It's time to go now"? How can I explain this exclusion to William? Back home, William builds towers with Julie, his teenage buddy. He's waiting for the event of the day. The arrival of Randall's daughters, Kathy and Lacey, and Lacey's dogs. We congratulate ourselves on how far we've come with William. Now he can talk, play, and communicate in his own way. But I know in my heart that the road ahead is a hard, uncompromising one.
Not in the tree, no. Out on the grass. Out on the grass. Big toe.
I know too that we'll always be on the lookout for new breakthroughs, for new ideas in the treatment of this mysterious condition.
Go. Well done. You did it. No, I'm going to jump on you.
Constantly pushing for that little bit extra. bringing William again and again over the line into the realm of the real world. Against all odds.
Mummy?
Are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Good.
And I'm ready to go home.
Okay, after we sing, we'll go up to the slide.